Shoot for the stars. I'm going to be the country's #1 alchemist. When young girl Sarasa graduated from the Royal Alchemist Academy, her teacher gifted her a house for her to set up shop. Aiming to become a masterclass alchemist, she gathers materials herself, experiments and operates a business. In her very own atelier, Sarasa indulges in a slow and relaxed alchemist life.
Your presence just a shelter me from the cold. You said you had me only to suffer.
Kikuru Madan is a monster hunter with excellent performance, because of his particular job in the forest, but he decided to quit it because of fear wasting his own youth. Asahi Kashiwagi lives the typical life of an average high school student, until the day a TV fortune teller's predictions come true one after another, culminating in a series of risque encounters. Destiny seemingly draws 5 beautiful girls into Asahi's path, and soon he finds himself fielding not 1, not 2, but 5 love confessions. Asahi will need to follow his heart to find the perfect love for him, or else his love fortunes may end in one epic flail and flop. In the land of Terra, natural disasters of unknown causes have been occurring irregularly in many areas. Therefore, the majority of the people, in order to escape those natural disasters, came to live in mobile cities developed over the years. The originium left behind at the site of such catastrophes has led to the rapid progress of civilization due to their immense energy. But it also brought something else with it, an incurable disease called oropathy. Because the bodies of those with oropathy gradually crystallize and become a new source of infection at the time of death, in many countries, the infected are subject to persecution under regimes of segregation and forced labor. Those who were oppressed by the governments are starting to rebel. Rhodes Island, a pharmaceutical company researching a cure for oropathy, takes up their arms and starts a conquest trying to save all the people from the disease. They are handsome guys who are cool but a little hard to approach. However, they are all clumsy. Because they are clumsy, they're relatable. Because they are clumsy, they're adorable. You'll surely come to love them too. A slice of life comedy about guys who stay cool despite being clumsy. Housing Complex C centers around Kimi, who lives in a small, low-cost housing complex located in the seaside town of Kurosaki. Trouble seems to follow her wherever she goes, and horrific incidents begin to occur. Is an ancient evil stalking the residents of Housing Complex C? Mamita is a shape-shifting tanuki girl who dreams of becoming human someday. One day, she turns into a black-haired beauty and heads out to Osaka, but is soon discovered. One beautiful woman relentlessly says to the depressed Mamita, "Go back to where you came from." Calls herself Reikugo Ka, Reikugo storyteller. The Teisho Reikugo fantasy that will make you smile begins here. TV edit of the Berserk, the Golden Age art film trilogy. He is believed only in his own sword. With no friends, no family, and no home to return to, Guts is a lonely swordsman who travels around as a mercenary in a land shaken by the 100 Years' War. Guts is able to handle a sword longer than he is tall and easily defeats powerful enemies. Griffith, the leader of the mercenary group Band of the Hawk, has his eye on Guts. Griffith, who has a commanding power unimaginable from his beautiful appearance and great ambitions, wins Guts in a duel and brings him into the Band of the Hawk to fulfill his own dream. As they go through numerous fierce battles together, their friends become bound by trust. The bond between Griffith and Guts, in particular, has become something special. Eventually, the Band of the Hawk rose to become the regular army of the Kingdom of Midland, but this was only the first step in Griffith's quest to reach the top. Guts, on the other hand, is taken in by Griffith's dream and begins to question his life of just wielding a sword. But what Guts doesn't know yet is the terrible fate that their endless dreams have bestowed upon them. The story of four friends who each have a secret they cannot share with each other. Shiloh, a boy living near the town of Domina, has started to hear a mysterious voice in his dreams. The voice tells him that he has a mission to fulfill. Then, one day, Shiloh meets two people who happen to be of the Jumi race. The Jumi have long been hunted and killed for the gemstones embedded in their chests, and now, cases of mysterious gemstone thieves attacking Jumi are breaking out all over the world. Thus Shiloh sets out on an adventure centering around the Jumi gemstones. After reincarnating into a dummy head microphone, the protagonist gets involved in the lives of high school girls who do ASMR. The comedic anime will follow these high schoolers as they aim for the ASMR quotient. A story of the bonds between those who fight, in a world pushed to its limits. On one of the countless parallel worlds that exist throughout space-time, humanity has fought a decades-long war against the Beta, hostile extraterrestrial invaders, using humanoid fighting machines called tactical surface fighters. This is a story of how humanity lives and dies while on the brink of extinction. The story follows six middle-aged men who have experienced success and failures in their lives. One day, they decide to become an idol group and overcome such barriers as their age and their physical condition. Anime adaptation of the spin-off manga My Tanti Conan, Hana no Hanzawa-san, that stars the black silhouetted criminal that appears in Detective Conan representing the mystery culprits. Sadake Hirofumi is a prisoner on death row for murdering his fiancée. He's also an undead man who has survived many desperate situations. For this, he has earned the interest of a research institution called Human Crazy University, which studies real-life miraculous phenomena and the people who become entangled in them. Now a subject of their research, Sadake relates to them his memories of his immortal, yet unhappy, life. Why did he kill his fiancée? Soon enough, the truth sheds light on a much bigger conspiracy. Mamiko is in need, not in education, employment, or training. She lives with her dog Komachi and her cats Tabi, Simba, and Malo. Mamiko promises God that she will do her best from tomorrow, but the next day she says, "God is telling me to sleep," and loses to herself. This is the story of Mamiko's everyday life, which seems to be nothing and is somewhat strange.